Believe it or not, I'm a dry girl. Not only is my skin dry, my skin is sensitive and prone to breakouts. So when I tell y'all that my skin is looking like this for a reason, I mean it.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Daddy, Stacy, all of the Barbies is pretty. Damn, all of the Barbies is bad. It girls, and we ain't playing tag. Red, but he spank me when I get bad.
Hi guys, welcome back to Boss Girlified. It is your girl Tima, and today I am taking you through my skincare routine. I wanted to give you guys a routine, but I've been kind of putting it off because I wanted to approach it in a different way, because I don't think a skincare routine that's like an AM, PM is really enough to fully disclose everything that goes into having good skin, especially with the symptoms that I deal with my skin. I want to share with you guys everything that goes into my skin looking the way it does. And that includes the most important part, my diet and habits. So let's start with my PM skincare routine, because that's what I filmed first. That's when I kind of focus on making sure my skin barrier is repaired and nourished and is clarified. Although my main issue is dry skin, I do obviously still break out. When it comes to nighttime skincare, I usually focus on clarifying serums and things of the sort, but I intuitively do my skincare, if that's a thing. I just kind of do my skincare depending on what my skin needs. So for this specific night, my skin was very dry, so I needed to focus on hydration. So I used very thick creams and toners. First, starting out with double cleansing with the manual oil cleanser. Even if I don't wear makeup, I'm still double cleansing, because with my sensitive skin, I will break out at the smallest inkling of anything being on my skin at all. So I have to double cleanse. Ever since double cleansing, I have completely minimized the amount of breakouts I get. And mind you guys, this is my skin on my period. I forgot to mention that. So, and then I follow it up with the Hemish Green Foam Cleanser. This is what the girlies are raving about with the Round Lab cleanser. For me, I have the Round Lab cleanser. It's just truly not it for me. It's very stripping for me. If you have oily skin, I could see how it would work for you, but for me personally, it did not do it. The closest alternative for me would be that green foam. And then I followed that up with a toner. My skin was a little bit dry that night, so I had to do the Fenty Fat Water Toner. This I got in a travel size, but it is my favorite toner ever, especially if you have dry skin. It is so moisturizing, and it also has a very good natural scent. It kind of reminds me of bananas and like pineapple, like a pina colada. It smells so good. At this point, I will apply my retinol. I try not to do that more than twice a week, especially because I'm dry skinned. So I skipped retinol that night and just went straight into my red light therapy. I usually do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't do red light therapy with any type of product on your face at all, but if I were to do that, my skin would be cracking. So I'm not gonna do that. After that's done, I do all of my serums and things like that. So I believe this night I used the Dior serum. Now, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the Dior serum because it has a super strong fragrance. It didn't burn, it just has a very strong fragrance, which I personally do not like in skincare, but it works. It's really hydrating, and it gives a nice glow to my skin. It makes it very plump. And then I usually follow that up with a double cream. So I like to use the Torrid and Dive-In and the Skin by Kim moisturizer. The reason why I use these two in combination is because I like the mix of like a watery moisturizer and a thicker moisturizer. It's just perfect for my specific type of skin. Now let's jump into the AM skincare. Now this is where I focus on protection and nourishment and hydration, because my makeup and going out and about, I just want to make sure I have that barrier of nutrients that my skin needs. So even in the morning, I start out with a double cleanse with the manual cleansing oil and the green foam. And then after that, I let my skin air dry. I forgot to mention that as well for my PM skincare. I always let my skin air dry. I don't know how the girlies do it with the paper towels. For me, even if I were to pat it dry, my skin would be sensitive. My skin would be a little tingly, all right? So I just let my skin air dry. It also gives my skin a chance to absorb that water just for a little bit longer. I always wash my face with cold water, the coldest water I can possibly wash my face with. When my skin is almost completely dry, I go in with my toner. During the mornings, I love to use the Numbers-In number 3 toner. That is just such a calming, hydrating, nourishing toner to use first thing on my face in the morning. And then while that toner is still kind of setting into my face, I follow that up with my vitamin C serum. This is the one that I use, is from Revolution. I get it from Walgreens and it's like $10. It's 20%. It's all of the vitamin C that you need. It's perfect. I've stuck beside it for like 2 years. I've tried so many other vitamin C's. Nothing comes close, especially considering the price point. So y'all need to go copy that one. While my skin still has that vitamin C on there, like still trying to like set into my face, because I like my face to be a little bit moist when I go in with this next product, which is the Snail Mucin Essence. Now, I have seen the comments. I've done a lot of research on this topic. Obviously not all of the research, okay? I am allergic to dust mites, and there is this recommendation that if you are allergic to dust mites, to stay away from it. I am allergic to dust mites severely. I am allergic to lots of things. I'm allergic to certain trees even. So I'm quite allergic to a lot of things, but I have not had any issues with the Snail Mucin at all. But as a sensitive girl with, I'm sure, other sensitive girlies watching the video, I would be careful if you are allergic to a lot of different things. I would try it out for like a day and give your skin a break and see if it reacts at all. And if it does, call it quits. But if it doesn't, then it might be your new favorite part of your skincare routine. After that has set into my face a little bit, I go in with my Torrid and Dive-In serum. That is my go-to serum, especially in the morning. Very, very hydrating, gives me all the hydration I need all day. Then I follow up with the Isntree Moisturizer Watery Gel. This is my favorite to go to in the morning. It's light, but it's still moisturizing enough. And then I follow it up with the Watery Gel sunscreen from Innisfree as well. That is my favorite sunscreen I have ever used, hands down. No white cast, no blue cast. It's moisturizing, it's light, it's airy, it's very, very moisturizing. Like, I cannot stress this enough. That alone would make my skin glow. And now let's get into the tips that I incorporate throughout my day to help with my skin. Again, I cannot stress this enough. The most important part of good skin is your diet and your habits. The skincare routine, I would argue, is like 10, maybe 20% of the skincare, okay? So these are some habits that I incorporate day to day that really help me with my skin. Greens, okay? I am a chlorophyll girl. I'm sticking beside it. I don't care what nobody says. Chlorophyll is a green. I'm not too sure about the science behind chlorophyll, okay? I'm no scientist. I do have a bachelor's, though. Play with somebody. I'm a college graduate. All right. My skin is never clearer than when I am taking chlorophyll. Okay. But honestly, any type of greens will work. That's just like my bonus green, especially in the morning. But I have been also using this powder. It's like this green supplement. And you obviously don't need supplements to get the nutrients you need from greens. You can also just consume a lot of greens. But the more greens, the better. And it doesn't have to be for you, but for me, chlorophyll works amazing. But I've also been using this powder green supplement recently. But just greens in general. Just make sure you are intaking greens, because that helps so much with your skin and the glowiness. Now, replace sugar with honey. Refined sugar in general is just not great. You can even use agave, but me personally, I love me some honey. Honey is just so good too. Like, I've gotten so used to the taste of honey. I actually prefer honey over sugar. And now I replace honey with everything. Syrup, sugar, like, I use honey in everything. The only downside, the only caveat is that honey is obviously a little bit more expensive than sugar. I would say it's worth it to spend the couple of extra dollars a month on honey, especially if you break out because of hormones and stuff like that. Because when I break out, it's usually because I have made contact with something that's not fully clean. I've been touching my face, my headphones aren't clean, my hair was in my face all day, I did a hairstyle that required a lot of gel, or I'm on my period. So I suffer from a lot of hormonal acne. So what I do is I replace sugar with honey, and that helps a lot. And another one is dairy as well. I cut down as much dairy as possible, and I replace it with as much soy and other type of dairy products as possible, non-dairy cheese. Also have a balanced but very nutrient-rich diet. Have every single part of the nutritional wheel, and that will help you balance out your skin, especially foods that specifically help with skin, like omega-3 fatty acids, like salmon. Keeping my skin hydrated all day, which yes, includes drinking water, but not just drinking water. Like I hate when people are like, just drink water. Like, I cannot have just a cup of water like this. Like, I have to mix it up with teas, have some lemon water. Like, I have to mix it up with something, because if you don't mix your water up with something, it's going to absorb a lot quicker into your body, and you're going to be peeing every 5 seconds, and it's irritating. Having a daytime versus nighttime routine with balance. Now, this is what I kind of explained. I have different skincare routines for the morning and nighttime, and then I also have different products that I interchange with each other depending on what I need that day or night. I also do weekly facials where I'll do my dermaplaning and my rice mask and my flaxseed mask, which, by the way, I have an everything routine coming soon where I do all of that. All the recipes will be in there as well, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, change your covers frequently. I have been using silk pillow covers, and they are a game changer. If you have sensitive, dry skin, get a damn silk pillowcase cover, okay? Because I find that when I use just regular cotton, my skincare just straight up absorbs into the pillow, and my skin, when I wake up, is dry, okay? But when I have a silk pillow cover, that does not ever happen. And also, it's good for your hair. Also, just a bonus tip, I like to tie my hair instead of bonnets, because for some reason, bonnets are like, I think it's because of the heat and the band and like it pushing up against, like the way it just sits on my face, it causes breakouts. Like, and I break out, okay? When I break out, I'm gonna know what exactly it is, because I'm gonna break out like the next day, okay? So I usually find myself waking up with bumps around my hairline and stuff like that. So I've cut down on doing that, and I've noticed a difference, and I've started just tying my hair with the silk hair tie, and it's made such a difference. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It has been your girl Tima, and I hope I helped y'all girls out with your skincare. And if I did, girl, don't be stingy, all right? If I helped you out, leave a thumbs up at least. And you know you want to hang out a little bit more. I have lots of other videos on the channel. And yeah, the vibes over here are immaculate, so might as well stay over here like my skin. Anyways, it has been Tima, and I will see you on another video soon. Bye, guys.
I'm a dog, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in